morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great today. Hopefully you all had a great week, decent weekend. Hell, a great weekend. Hopefully the weather's getting a little bit nicer where you're at. Unfortunately, it looks like from its starts, Detroit is still a frigid suckhole. Oh man, I miss living there, but not in the wintertime. Welcome to the live stream today. A little bit different time, a little bit different day. Sunday morning is not my typical streaming time, but yesterday was race day and had a lot of stuff going on. So welcome everybody. This is Tweet FEV. Call me Dan, call me Tweet, whatever you want. It's fine by me. A little bit of housekeeping. If you want to know what's going on Tweet FPV wise, check out tweetfpv.com. Links to YouTube, Instagram, blah, 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 all the things, the affiliate links, all that stuff. That's where you can find it. And today I'm being powered by coffee because gotta have it. And this coffee comes from my friends over at Ruby Moon Coffee. If you're in the US and you want to get yourself some awesome coffee, roasted to order, check out my friends over at Ruby Moon Coffee. They'll hook you up. It starts. Did I win? Hell no. My goal is to not be last. And I accomplished that goal by one. No, I absolutely suck at racing, but boy, is it a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, but I am still pretty terrible at it. I can race just fine, but once the pressure's on, I fold like Superman on laundry day. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And today I am coming to you not in beautiful 4K like I was hoping to, because I got screwed on that camera. Yes, you heard it. Bought a used camera from a large retailer on eBay, pulled it out of the box, and instantly I noticed a bunch of rust around the screws. I pulled the little cover off the hot shoe, all the contacts are corroded. Looked in the battery bay, everything's rusty. Plugged the battery in and nothing. So that's got to go back. Unfortunately, that company's being a D-bag about the returns, but it's getting all straightened out. No big deal. Got another one coming in its place, so hopefully next week, that's provided my internet connection can actually do 4K. I doubt it. Anyways, Dauntless FPV, welcome to the live stream. As usual, JFPV, first one on the chat there. Welcome. You were about 45 minutes early, but hey, man, thanks for coming. L. Leston, as always. Rick Zapata, he's just a really good contributor to my Discord. If you're interested in my Discord, it's super active. Have a lot of really awesome people over there. Some pretty tech-savvy people besides myself, to help you get your rigs up flying and answer whatever questions you have. Rick Zapata is a huge contributor over there. If you want to get on my Discord, again, tweetfv.com, you'll find the link to my Discord. You'll find an invite to my Discord. Click that, and that'll get you in the door. It starts, like we said, Detroit, still cold. My parents, they were here last week from the Detroit area. They left Saturday morning at about 3 in the morning. So that was a long day, long week. Headed back up to your area there. It starts. Poly FEV, welcome. I don't recognize you. Pedro, welcome. Let's see. William McEwing, I believe you are one of my latest patrons, unless I'm wrong. In that case, sorry. Let me look here. Yes, I believe you are. Yeah, William McEwen. Welcome. Thank you so much for becoming a patron. That is the way you can support me the most actively. The way you can support me the most passively is clicking any of those affiliated vendors at tweetfv.com before you purchase. That helps me out, and it costs you absolutely nothing. 2017 Toyota Camry. I wonder what you drive. Oh, man. JFV, it's cold in New York City. JFV, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Just because you're awesome. Well, you're awesome too. Thank you, my friend. Pierce Bernard, sup, fam? How do I enter the giveaway? Well, just like one Joshua Bardwell who does giveaways, it gets advertised in one place. and one place alone, you got to go find it. It starts for a $14.99 super chat. Get that bite shark. All right, let's. Well, that pretty much closes that sucker out. So thank you very much. Let me see what happens when I actually close that out. I'm kind of curious. This is a long process every time I have to do this. I don't think I'm going to do the scroll bar at the bottom like that. It's not integrated with YouTube very well through Streamlabs. Let's see what happens. Not what I wanted. This is a pain in the butt. So anyways, had the race yesterday. Weather was kind of on the cold side, windy. As the day progressed, it got much nicer out. It was a great day of racing. And let's see what's to do. There we go. Hundo. Just for funs, why not? Devil FEV, greetings from Germany. Welcome, my friend. My Tiny Hawk 2, my only drone, is broken. What's broken on it, my friend? If I had to guess, probably the flight controller, because that's kind of the weak point of that entire setup. But anyways, got to the field, helped get set up. Actually, I didn't help get set up. I got a little bit of a late start, and I was that dirtbag that showed up after everybody else. Sorry, guys. Got there, got all my stuff laid out, plugged in my primary quad. Quad number 1, nothing. Plugged in quad number 2, nothing but sparks. Quad number 3 is the Flight 1 build. This thing has probably about 45 seconds of flight on it, doing a couple circles in my backyard. It's tuned terribly, vibrates, motors get hot. This one worked. So this was my race rig all day, being very careful not to push it, not to break it, not to crash it, not to burn up any motors. So definitely not pushing the speeds or my abilities too much more than where I'm usually at. So the races, people think like, I'm going to get a bunch of stuff. Oh man, what am I doing here? There we go. People think I'm going to go to the race, I'm just going to bring a bunch of parts with me in one quad. No, I thought the same thing. There is just not enough time in between heats to get in and really do some repairs. There's enough time to swap packs, put a pack on the charger, swap props, chit-chat a little bit, and you're pretty much back at it. Pretty fast-paced. Obviously, if you have a chapter with a lot more people, it's... Pierce, no, you do not need to be a patron to enter. That would be a violation of the terms of agreement for patron or Patreon. So yeah, I managed to get this one back up and running. The negative wire got ripped off of the ESC. Luckily, there was enough material to solder that back on there using my portable soldering iron at the field. Still didn't end up racing this one just because I was about 3 heats in with this, and I just, stick with what I was getting used to. Completely different rates, completely different flight characteristics on this guy. Completely different quad. I like it. It just needs a lot of tuning. This is not your typical Betaflight build where you just plug it in and it just happens to fly pretty darn decent. This thing flies like absolute hammered. Well, it just flies really bad without some tuning. Flight 1's supposed to be pretty much plug and play, but I'm not finding that to be the case here. If I set it up with their race PID profile, the D-term oscillation is so bad, it just flies to the moon uncontrolled. So got to definitely tune this guy. Over to the chat here. Yeah, left 2017 Toyota Camry. Yeah, the front left motor and light are being funky. I switched the motor to the other side and it was fine. Yep, ESC, so your whole flight controller is hooped. I am sorry about that. Pierce, Bernard, keep looking. You'll find it. Tillman, yeah, you know where it's at. Let's see, as of right now, just to kind of give you guys a heads up, I have 18 people in the drawing for, where'd it go? Oh, it's just right here. Emax Tiny Hawk Race. This is a extremely fun little quad to fly, especially if you live in a place with like a smaller backyard. Like your small backyard, you can turn into a heck of a little race playground with that thing. Polly FV asked, do you run different rates for racing versus freestyle? Absolutely. My rates for racing are about 300. Let me just plug this in. I'll show you guys. I'll show you my typical rates. As far as what I was flying yesterday, I have no idea. I picked the race rates as far as Flight 1 has, and I just rolled with that. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And my rates are, yeah, about 400 degrees per second. Nothing crazy. I actually probably will lower this a little bit more, to be honest. Lower rates for racing is kind of the norm. For freestyle, honestly, I pretty much just fly stock beta plate rates because I don't have the capacity to remember what rates I like. I just know that if it's stock beta plate, I like it. A little bit faster would be kind of nice. Oh, it starts. Thank you for the heads up there. Let me clean that up a little bit. Going live, it basically reuses your settings from prior live streams. There we go. That should be a little bit better. Yep, it starts. I don't advertise the quad giveaways on YouTube, Instagram, or anywhere else. There's only one place I advertise that. 2017 Toyota Camry. Thank you very much, man. We'll see you around next time. EDOC, I can't have you giving the answer out. You're right, I don't have it. Yeah, it's a scavenger hunt, let's put it that way. You gotta work for it. So anyways, yesterday, it was a great day racing. Warmed up, the weather was pretty darn decent. The field was soaked. A lot of water, a lot of standing water, so we had to kind of shift the track to one side of the field to keep ourselves from out of the lake. A couple guys brought, one guy brought a hovercraft he made, another guy brought a boat. I don't know if they knew there was gonna be that much water there, but apparently they knew something I didn't. So back to the race quad setup. The Flight 1 rig worked really good. The motors were really hot after the first heat. It has, I don't know if it's just marketing wank, but they advertise that it has AI learning for the PID filter, something, I don't know. Flight 1's really kind of sketchy about the details. But after that first heat, the motors were cooler and cooler, and the day was warming up. So I don't know if there's actually something going on in there. I don't know if it's saving. I don't know how it works. They advertise AI tuning. I'm sure it's complete BS. But I do want to put some more time into the Flight 1 build to see what I can get out of it. Pierce Bernard, you want to know where to get it? Well, there's a list of people up there at the top. They all know where it's at. Snap Chilled Coffee by Elemental Beverage Company. It's pretty amazing. I do like myself a cold brew. Interesting. They package it in aluminum cans. I'll have to take a look at some of this. You know what'll happen is I'll buy it and my wife will end up drinking it all because she doesn't do hot coffee. She doesn't do hot beverages, period. She really loves cold coffee. Listen, I got the DJI V2s. Congratulations, my friend. You're going to love them. Haven't been able to flash the 604 firmware from Mac. Me no speak Mac. I don't know. It works good on PC. Well, then again, I haven't tried flashing the goggles with the new firmware. I have the old V1s. I know I have had issues in the past where I've had to try multiple times to flash either an air unit or a set of goggles. If the flash fails, it's not like you're going to brick it. Potentially, you shouldn't ever be able to brick this stuff. You just got to try again. If it's doing it more than maybe 2 or 3 times, I'd contact DJI customer service. Their service might be down. Or the other thing is, if the program's trying to access your network through a firewall and you have accidentally told it, no, you can't access it, that could also cause an issue as well. Different than cold brew. Interesting. Okay. I'll give it a try. I really like that. Yeah, JFPV, you found it. All right, cool. Interesting. So that would probably, so if they were able to chill the drinks that quick, it would probably remove a lot of the, I don't know if it's tannins or whatever probably the bitterness is that's in the coffee beans, which I personally like, but I also like it without it too. So be interesting to try it. I'll definitely get some. I'm all for trying different coffee. It starts, apparently you already entered. Let's see. Yep, you're already in there. You are already in there. Pretty cool. Had to mail off my One Wheel XR on Tuesday. Hopefully that'll get back to me soon, and they'll take care of whatever issues I was having with it. So the issue I'm having with, oh, by the way, we'll spin the wheel for this this quad here at about 11 o'clock. Sound fair? Someone keep me honest with that one. Remind me, because I'll get sidetracked because, yeah, that's what I do. Had my parents around in town last week, so didn't get a chance to record any content. Was basically hanging out with them, my daughter, just kind of having a family week. Be back at the grind this week. Probably try to live stream at my normal time next Saturday. My live streaming times kind of depend on what's going on that day. If the wife takes the kids somewhere during the day, I'll stream early. If not, then I'll try to stream at like 9:45 Central Time. Today, I mean, I think I went to bed before 9 o'clock yesterday. I was exhausted. Was up early, get my parents out the door and whatnot. But during so after all the heats were done, and we were just free flying. I flew this, the 533 Tiny Trainer, and I'll be honest, this is the most fun quad I have to fly. If you are looking for a small quad that is fun to fly, like puts a smile on your face and just rips balls, build yourself one of these. Follow the build guide on 533, pick the right parts. This thing is so much fun to race. It's not a great acro quad, but it's a lot of fun to race. I was going out the door, I'm like, man, I know I'm forgetting something. I forgot my Insta360. I was gonna try getting some high def footage of the racetrack. Nope, no such thing. But anyways, to my disappointment, this one, I pulled it out of my bag, snapped in the old Pixie holder, and this is all I got. Ready? You guys want to tell me what you think this is? All right. Based off of that, what do you guys think? What do you think the issue is? By the way, how's the audio? If anything's up, please let me know. I think I've got a pretty consistent system going on here. Enoch, correct. You are 100% correct. It is broke. L. Leston, that is the truest statement. FC Fried, yeah. Tillman, sorry, I'm not a patron. Don't do auto pay subs, LOL. Well, to get into the drawing, you don't need to be. But thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. I'll have to change that after the stream today. Sorry, guys. It starts, I almost had my cavity frame that I won yesterday. Then fried the VTX board when switching from 2S to 4S. Oh, sorry, man. No beeps means at least the FC is broken. You are correct. So, all right, let's try this one. Let me mute this real quick here. All right, so what would you make of this? So I have, stand by. Here we go. Here's another troubleshooting step for you. And I get asked this one a lot. So let's pretend I've got this flight controller plugged into into the computer, USB port, whatever. I've got a USB-C power bank here. Same difference. Flight controller lights up. LiPo. Ready? Now, where do we go with troubleshooting, guys? What do you think? Chomper FPV, welcome. It says, Tweet FPV, I put the Diatone Mamba AIO in one of my tiny trainers and it is much faster for some reason. Same specs as others other than the board. It may have to do with how good the noise filtration is. If the PID loop doesn't have to work harder to filter out the vibrations, or you have less filtering, it'll actually feel faster. Also, if you're at 24 kilohertz over 48 kilohertz PWM frequency on your ESC, that will give it a very different feeling. JFPV says ESC is fried. Nope. Well, possibly no, but nope. First two beeps didn't come up. Let's hear that again here. Unless you're in the past, you may be in the past. Let's try it again here. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. So, flight controller is powered by USB, and here we go. And now. So, that is Oh, maybe the frequency is too high and it can't pick it up. But I'm getting all the tones if I have USB power and the LiPo plugged in. Rick Spade asks, where do I find the compatibility list for Falco X? Great question. Let me pull that up for you, or her. So you're going to go to flight1.com. Go to flight1.com, click Downloads, Falco X Firmware Companion. And then over here where it says Download Firmware, click that and you're going to see all the boards that are compatible with Falco X. So we have the Lightnings. So basically, these are all the Flight 1 boards right here. Then you have anything with a Maytech F411 target, a Maytech F411 RX target, a Mamba F411, a Mamba F411, and a Tina Whoop. So basically, if you've got a Mamba F411 or a Maytech F411, which is like the two big things that I look for, there you go. I thought they released it to more, to be honest with you. I thought there was a lot more than that, unless they rolled it back. But anyways. Brant's in the chat, and he deleted his message. Thank you. Let's see. Processor on the FC is dead. No, processor is perfectly fine. Oh, if the first three beeps didn't come up in the audio, it might just be at too high of a frequency for the microphone to pick up, but all the tones are there. Wire harness, very possibly. USB port fault? Nope. Bad connection or fried ESC. That is a possibility. ESC not talking to the flight controller. Other way around. Flight controller is not talking to the ESC. Tillman, if the flight controller lights up on USB, it has to be the ESC. No, it does not. EDOC, I think you may have the answer there. Isn't the 5-volt regulator when it works with USB but not LiPo? That's my guess, is the 5-volt regulator has crapped itself out on the flight controller. So when you plug in, or it could be the power wires going from the ESC to the flight controller. This is definitely a possibility. But most likely, if you plug in USB power and then you plug in a LiPo and everything seems fine, you get all the tones, it's almost always the 5-volt regulator, unfortunately. Yeah, Brent, it was great seeing you yesterday, man. I missed flying with you. Brent, he was our resident race creator. He made some really awesome races, real awesome tracks, and he's moved on to other hobbies, but still keeps in touch. Real good dude. We still at least need you to design races for us, man. I mean, although the one we had yesterday was pretty good. I think Daniel probably picked that one out from FMR or something. Yeah, it was probably just hard to hear. Sorry, man. It starts. Are you aware that when you switch screens with fancy sound transition, your voice cuts out? I was aware that it dipped my voice. That's why I tried not talking during the transitions, but sometimes I forget. But thanks for the heads up. See about designing a few tracks when I have some free time. Yeah, and I want to throw that out to anybody. You guys out there, patrons, Discordians. If you're interested in trying to design a track for the Delta 5 FPV race group, let me know. Get in contact with me, tweetfpv.com or tweetfpv@gmail.com, Discord, whatever. YouTube comments. I will give you the dimensions and an aerial of the racetrack. Let you know what kind of gear we have, and if you design a track and put it on Velocidrone, or not even put it on Velocidrone, we will most likely fly it. We get kind of lost at what to do for a track, and we'll end up setting up global qualifiers, just some random stuff. But if you want to design a track and see your track flown, I can make that happen for sure. Chopper, I'm trying to get my local guys to build a 3-inch racer. We have a great bando for racing. I've never done it in a group setting in real life. It's a lot of fun. Your ability to race will go up when you have other people around you that are good at racing. I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. But the biggest issues you have with racing is just frequency management. Keeping people on race bands and making sure everybody's at like 25 milliwatts is the hardest part. Making sure people don't plug in while people are flying. Because even if somebody's plugging in on a completely different channel, most VTXs, especially lower cost ones, will end up just blasting the whole spectrum, and then they'll settle into a frequency. So, and you know, your goggles, they're not tied to a frequency. So if I'm next to somebody and I plug in whatever signal's the strongest, if my VTX is washing over their frequency or even somewhat remotely, they're going to get flickering in their video, or they'll get their video completely dropped out. And with the newer VTX modules that do sync pulse reconstruction, like the Rapid Fire, the Rapid Mix, the TBS Fusion, that's what kind of causes that rolling thing, because it's now doesn't know what it's looking for, and it's trying to reconstruct things until it syncs back up. That's the hardest part, especially if you're with people who aren't used to racing, and they're used to just plugging in all random willy-nilly because they fly by themselves or running at 800 milliwatts. That's something you got to work around, but it's usually not that hard. Tillman, multi-GP Global Qualifier Track Design Competition is open for submissions, by the way, if anyone's interested in that. That's great, true. multigp.com, if you want to enter your idea for the Global Qualifier, which the Global Qualifier is what everybody that's in a multi-GP chapter, they race that track. Very specific dimensions, very specific scenario, race that, and that gets you a spot, potentially gets you a spot in nationals, like where, you know, the top pilots fly. They have a bunch of different tiers, like they have a sportsman class, which is kind of like the Joe Schmoes that are really good in their chapters. And then you have like the champions, like Evan Turner and those guys flying. What are your thoughts on the new X20 radio from FR Sky? I think it's a great radio. It is not for this hobby. It's for high performance wing flying. It's large, like the old Horus X12. I think X12. It's big. It's QX7 angular. Has a big screen on it. Has some really interesting RF technology in it. They're boasting down to 3 milliseconds latency with Archer receivers. I believe it has built-in 900 megahertz. It has ability to display video on the screen, like live video. So it's a full-featured radio. It's just not for me. It's not for this hobby. It's for people who are flying nitro-powered wings and just that kind of stuff. Not that it can't be used for FPV racing, but it's just, I don't know. It's just not for, I don't think it's for us, to be honest. JFPV, smack the thumbs up. Smack the thumb, guys. It's easy, better chance to win the giveaway. But I would appreciate if you did. There's been some great submissions. I haven't looked lately, but I'll probably go take a look sooner or later. SS Belmont, if you didn't know, I think he was the originator of this frame design. This is the PyroCube, but when they flew it for Heart of America, they called it the Leggero, and he is one of the designers of this frame. And I really like this frame. It's a little bit heavier, but it is skookum as frig. If you know who that is, put that in the comments down below. But I like that frame a lot. You gotta be careful what parts you put on it, otherwise you'll have a porker on your hands. Chomper V, these are good points I haven't considered. A couple of those guys ran a local multi-GP race a few years ago, but been dead for a while. Hopefully they'll spark it back up. Yeah. I was actually getting kind of worried about our chapter kind of dying off after the COVID stuff last year. Nobody was flying. The park was locked down. We didn't do any indoor races this year for the Micro Series. I was kind of worried that people just are not going to be into it, especially with all the FAA bullshit going on. But we had 8 people turn out, which is a pretty decent turnout, especially early in the year when it's still kind of cold. Good, man. It was a good race. I had fun. I had a chance to get pretty high up in the brackets. It was a double elimination at the end. The 2 people I flew against are way faster than I am, and they had some pretty major mistakes. I don't know, I get nervous, push myself too hard, and I make even more major mistakes and couldn't recover from them. So, I don't know. 7th out of 8. It does, and I know my place. I know I'm not going there to win. I'm just going there to have fun, and that's all I'm trying to do. Have fun and not break everything I own. One of our guys, he has really gotten a lot faster this year, and he's been sim racing, I think, every Thursday with FMR, and he has improved dramatically this year. And he's attributing it all to sim racing, so it does translate, I guess. But anyways, as far as changes going on around here, not a lot's going on. It's different. I'm down one wheel. XR had to go back to Future Motion for a communication issue that's kind of a known hardware problem. Should be about 2 weeks before I get that back. No big deal. Have fun is happy flying. Yep. Exactly. Acro flying is happier flying, but I'm an odd duck. I can't judge my acro flying against other of my acro flying. With racing, there is a definitive mark of improvement. Is this faster or slower than last time? And for some reason, that ticks a box in my brain that I really enjoy. But racing can also be extremely frustrating. Edox says FMR races are awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to try getting in on some of those, as if I have time, but I would like to. Tillman, is the track y'all raced on in Velocidrone? I don't believe so. I'll play some race footage here, or some footage of the track, so you guys can get an idea of what the track looked like. Yeah, there are times I do enjoy just flying to fly. Unfortunately, lately, for me, when I fly, there's always like a point behind it. Like, I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done. I haven't had a lot of just like flying for me lately. And if you look at people like Tommy, whatever the hell his last name is, and Kebab, they did an interview and they said like they can't remember the last time they went out and flew just for shits and giggles, just for fun, just for them. Not that I mind it, but it would be nice to just go out and chill. That's what usually my indoor flying is. It's my kind of like, it's dark out, just rip around the basement and have fun. Free range chicken, RC. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. Scott Walker, you should ask Rick, SS Belmont, about hooking up with a Levantador, lighter and more durable. Ooh, I would like to check that out. Levantador. Do they have that for sale anywhere? Rick Spade, I want to try Falco X, but the flight controller isn't on the list. The target is JHEF411. Yeah, that I was very specific about the flight controller that I put in this. This is a beta FPV, and it is a not a Maytech. What the hell is this? Maytech. Mamba F4. No. No, it must be a Maytech. Yeah, this is a Maytech F411 target that's in this one. Very specific about that. The H7 Lightning that I have in the other race quad, that was a very interesting setup. I got the one with the pins. I don't remember ordering it with connectors. I really wish I wouldn't have. I wish it was just solder pads, but whatever. Eric Allen, what's up, man? I wanted to come yesterday, but I've been sick all week. No worries, man. It was kind of cold and windy. It was a great day. Turned out to be a great day, but there will be more in the future. And hopefully we get back to our fun flying. Like, we would race the second Saturday of every month, and then it was like fun flies every Saturday and Sunday throughout the rest of the month. But hopefully, as things kind of chill out there, we'll get back to it. We don't have power at the field anymore. I put a ton of time and effort into wiring up our flying station with power, and then the last hurricane that came through wrecked our power source. But hopefully that'll get fixed this year. Just got to get there. But Eric Allen, hopefully you feel better soon and can make it out. Scott Walker, no, okay, it's not for sale. All right, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to reach out to him, see if he's got something I can try out. That's the only thing I wish that this was lighter. And I'm even using aluminum hardware on the motors and trying to save as much weight as I can. The big thing I did last time was I got rid of the motors I had on this. I had some Velox motors. Those things were really heavy compared to the Brother Hobbies. Oh, that kind of not feeling good. Ooh, sorry, man. Hope you feel fine. Can you explain the difference between gates and flags in multi-GP races? I get confused as to which way I should enter a gate, is if I need to go around a flag or after a gate. Okay, so the gate should have some sort of logo or marking on them, and you want to fly through the gate, the arch, in the direction of the logo. That's typically how you set the gate up. If you have a flag next to a gate, so you've got props, I need props. So you have a gate and a flag like this. You go to the side that the flag is on. So if you're flying this way, sorry, I can see the logo. I know you guys can't. You fly over the gate, around the flag, and then through the gate. If the flag was on this side, it would be this way and through. So that's when there's a flag next to a gate, that indicates go around the flag in the direction, that the flag is oriented. Hopefully that makes sense in my random gibberish speak that I do. Does anyone grab the universal 5-inch prop guards from Stand FPV? I'm a little confused on how to attach these. Looks like the motor mount wants to be inside them somehow. Let's take a quick look at those. Five-inch universal duct guards. I believe they attach using your motor screws at the bottom. Yep. So you're going to run your motor screws through the bottom of the prop guards up into your motors. Wait a second. Never mind. That's weird. Unless he's just got a thin layer of material. He might just have a thin bit of material there for them to screw through. It's interesting. Interesting setup. He's doing some pretty cool stuff with these prop guards. And they're not just like hoops for your quad ducts. Like, they're actually kind of tapered to try to get something out of them. Yep. So yeah, they go through. Yeah, there must be a thin section. There must be a thin section above the prop guard. So you've got almost like screwing on like a rubber, like a TPU frame guard foot thingamabobber. You're going to need longer screws, and screws through that, and the rubber part or the base of it's attached to the duct. So that's how they mount, my guess. Okay, yeah. With those pictures, they're going underneath your arm. That's how they go. Eric Allen says, I did get to spend some time in the DJI goggles. The penetration blows me away more than the image. The image should be blowing you away too, because it is pretty damn good. But I wish DJI was more compatible with racing. I know Bardwell did a video just recently with, was it Eska FPV, talking about digital racing. I like Bardwell a lot, but that video is one of his least informed videos he's had in a long time, talking about the Delta 5 race timer. Scott Chin, he is the race director of the chapter I fly with, Delta 5, and he is the creator of the Delta 5 race timer, and then the offshoot Roto Hazard, that's using all his code. I actually have a Delta 5 timer on the shelf right there. I built myself. I have a whole build series on the Delta 5 timer if you want to make one for yourself. It does do live time. Live time was integrated around it. It's not a hack or anything to make it work. It is a full-fledged, legit race timer for like a quarter of the price of the Immersion RC one. Anyways, my little rant there. Sorry. Yep, Tillman, if you got two flags on each side of the gate, it's a split S into the gate. So here are some pics that Rob Logan took of his duct guards. So yeah, those are definitely going to go underneath the arm, and your screws will go through there into your motor. So it'll be this arm, motor, screw through the whole mess there. Now, Ricardo, is it me or FR Sky receivers come up in price in the last month? Last October, I bought an Archer M Plus for £9, and now it's £16. Yeah, they probably are going up in price. I don't know for a fact that they are, but a lot of these manufacturers, especially like, they'll release their new series of products at a little bit lower price to try to saturate the market, and then raise the price. I'm not saying that that's what's happening. I'm just saying that that is a effective business strategy that a lot of retailers use. Oh yeah, I love the image, but I wasn't expecting the amazing range of penetration. Yeah, the DJI system's ability to deal with multipathing is just amazing. If you're flying indoors and you start using DJI, you will be absolutely blown away at how locked in your image is. Plus, if you can go up to 1.2 watts, not that you can do that in the US. Let's say you could, though. It's pretty good. I fail safed on Crossfire. Wow. I fail safe on Crossfire a lot. That's why I don't use Crossfire on my race rigs anymore. I have switched to TBS Tracer. For all you people out there that say I hate TBS products, you couldn't be any farther from the truth. I absolutely love TBS products. I hate marketing wank. I cannot stand bold claims that are complete bullshit as far as what their claim is. To the moon. I know they're not saying that it can go to the moon, but if you say it in your product listing in jest, then that is misleading. It cannot go to the moon. Well, you probably won't be able to go to the moon with it, but I'm using Tracer, and I love Tracer. Tracer is working out really well. Crossfire is great for aqua quads, but for race quads, it sucked. I could not stand this. Anytime you clip, like, look how big that antenna is you have to deal with. It's really easy to clip an end in a crash with the props. As soon as you clip a little bit of this antenna and you get close to the ground, because racing you're close to the ground, you fail safe. And once you're on the ground, you're not getting back up. To avoid clipping an antenna, I went to the PCB-based antennas. Those are way more reliable, but very low signal strength, especially sitting on the starting blocks. But Tracer worked out really well. I had a weird issue. I was trying to get into the receiver settings, and my Tango 2 just gave me a blank screen. I don't remember seeing that before, but Ricardo Ferreira, please advise on a VTX around 25 pounds. Rush tank, other. How much is a pound in freedom dollars? About 35 buckaroonies. Yeah, the tank is a excellent VTX. If you're looking for something very light for like a race build where 25 milliwatts is about all you're ever going to want, the Ishii Nano is a excellent budget VTX. Get the one without the microphone on. That's just added weight and cost. What's another good one? Any of the TBS ones, they are kind of the gold standard. I don't even know how much a TBS Unify costs right now. Yeah, TBS Unify. That'd be another great choice. A little bit more expensive than what I think what you're wanting to spend, but TBS Unify, the Immersion RC Tramp, those are kind of the gold standards as far as VTXs go. The Rush is great. The Ishii Pro Nano is another great VTX. If you fly Crossfire or any of the Crossfire Tracer, then you can integrate your VTX smart audio with your receiver, so you can do it through your radio instead of using the Betaflight OSD, which can be kind of handy. But then, I mean, you can do one or the other. I don't think you can do both. Maybe you can do both. Nah, probably not. But you could, maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried it. HGLRC, I've had VTXs from them in the past. They were less than desirable, but HGLRC has constantly been trying to make better products, so I can't say yes or no, but I can say the Ishii Nano is a great VTX, and then companies like Tiny Sleds. They make mounting boards for like the TBS Nano and the Nano 32. They make them for the Ishii Nano. Somewhere. I know they do. They did. They used to. Well, maybe they don't anymore. Oh well. They used to. Yeah, for budget lightweight builds, the Ishii Nano is my personal go-to. I do like the the TBS Nanos. That's a great VTX, but pound for pound, the yeah, this one here is like kind of the gold standard of the small VTX. Plus 500 milliwatts is pretty good. She gets hot though, real hot. Zach Sylvester just got here looking for the TBS sled. You know what? I was looking for that as well, and I have no idea where to find that thing. Tiny's LEDs makes one, but I got one in a FPV crate that was made by TBS, and I haven't found it. All right, so we're going to spin the wheel for this Tiny Hawk race here in a little bit. If you haven't got in on the giveaway, make sure you find that link and get in there. I'm going to spin that thing in just a little bit. Race Day Quads has it. Okay. Which is weird because Race Day Quads doesn't do TBS stuff. Okay, so the ones at TBS, or sorry, at Race Day Quads are not the one I'm thinking of. The one that I'm thinking of was actually made by, I think it's made by Team Black Sheep. I could be wrong. I'll have to look around, see if I can find it. I don't know where the heck I got it at. Yeah, the Pro 32 at least comes with a small sled. Okay, so maybe it just comes with the Pro 32 because it was a Pro 32 that I got it. Maybe it just comes with it. They don't mention it at all on their website about the little sled that it might possibly come with. I don't know. Okay, yeah, okay, that's what you're talking about, Tillman. The one for the Ishii Nano. I have a couple of those sleds, and they are kind of a bastard to solder up. Just my experience. I think the holes are a little bit far to bridge with solder, but it's definitely doable. But the thing with those is once you solder them up, it's really hard to remove them without breaking stuff. You really got to have some soldering skills to remove them. The TBS Unify VTX is shipped with a TBS sled for it. Crossfire receiver mouse. Okay, thanks, Zach. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, it came with my Unify 32, but I don't see it listed anywhere on their listing. So if it's just coming with it and they're not saying anything, then that's awesome. Is it hard to solder the F4 on the Tiny Hawk 2 race? Is it hard to solder the F4 on the Tiny Hawk 2 race? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, DHD moderator. Okay, so thank you, Zach. Thanks for clarifying that. So that they do come with the sled. So, I mean, that's kind of putting the Pro 32 a little bit more in my hierarchy of things to get as far as VTXs go. Noise Boys Garage. Can you drop a link for the entry? No, I cannot. You need to find it. This is how I do all these quad giveaways. It's an Easter egg hunt. It's in the same place every month. Thank you to all my patrons, by the way, that support me the most. You guys make this stuff happen. You definitely make the quad giveaways happen. Just out of curiosity, what do you guys want to see me review next? Someone suggested the Ishin Shadow Fiend, and I was able to get one of those in, did a review on it. I'll probably give that away one of these months after I've had enough time to mess with it and answer questions about it. Typically, I get a product in and I'll review it, mess with it, fix whatever issues it has, and I'll hang on to it so I can answer questions for a little while the thing is still in vogue, you know, it's still popular. Then I typically give it away. The new Pokemon frame. Oh boy, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's on. I'm sure it's an Ishin product, isn't it? Where can I find the Pokemon frame? Not on Banggood, or at least I'm searching for it wrong. TBS 5-inch frames source for your pod racer. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe the pod racer. Not interested in sub 250. I'm not interested in sub 250, but I think we're all gonna have to be interested in it soon. I do have. I'll be right back. Ooh, yeah, I gotta show this. Go back. I am going to build up one of Tommy Umagod's sub 250, the 250 frames. I got a set of his motors in, the frame's on its way. But these are hands down the sexiest motors I have ever seen. Look at these things. This is just absolutely amazing. Very specific to his frame. See how the motor wires come out. Like in line with the motor screws, very specific mounting. T-mount props, very small profile. These are 2004s, just ultra buttery smooth. Really, really excited for that. I got the 250 frame coming. I have a iPlate H7 Beast AIO for it. The only thing I don't have is, and I plan on doing a Vista in it just because, why not, right? I like that. His 250 build series is pretty awesome. Drone Mesh reviewed the Pokemon frame. Oh, so it's definitely an unbiased review. My opinion only. Did you just invoke an Ascend stand? Possibly. I've had a shitload of coffee this morning. Oh man, lots of coffee. Who makes the Pokemon frame? I'll look through this. Oh, pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, the Moongoat's a very interesting looking frame. I like that. It's supposed to be pretty light. It looks chunky as heck, but it seems to be pretty light. Looking for a decent 5-inch race frame. Any suggestions? The 533 switchback, the Floss 3 Lite, the Pyrocube. Those are great frames. Those are probably the 3 frames that I would build up right now. Floss 3 Lite is very light, but it's 20 by 20 only. You have to be very smart about the electronics you put in it. TBS Cube, or Pyro Cube, a little less specific as far as electronics go. I did have an issue building this one up. I was going to put a 20 by 20 Acon ESC in it, but it didn't fit because the 20 by 20 ESC is actually bigger than a 20 by 20 ESC. It's almost the size of a 30 by 30, but where they put the extra material, it got in the way of the arms. So just something to be careful of. But you can stuff a 30 by 30 stack inside of that frame. And then the switchback is like a floss, just different. But the floss is kind of a tried and true frame. Arms are really easy to replace. The aluminum base plate is pretty durable, but it can shear. You definitely want to have a 3D printer for this frame because you're going to need to make parts for it, and like accessories like SMA mounts, camera mounts, turtle mode, hoops, things like that. The one thing I don't like about the box frame, other than it's heavy, is it really only has space for 1 lipo strap. I really like to run 2 on all my race quads because the 2 reasons I don't finish a race, other than the fact that they all involve crashing, is ejecting a battery, which 2 lipo straps really helps it out, and then the other one was with 900 megahertz fail-safing. Way more common than you might think. All right, I gotta find this Pokemon frame. Everybody seems to be talking about it. I don't see it. Who makes it? Who makes the Pokemon frame? Athix just made in. How is the one wheel? The one wheel is awesome. If you've never ridden one, I highly recommend it. My XR is sick and it's going back to the motherland to be repaired. We'll see. Probably about 2 weeks before I get it back. He said it's on Banggood. What's it called on Banggood? Envision? Oh, okay. I see it. I see it now. I was looking for something completely different. Is this the guy you guys are talking about? Interesting frame. I'm assuming the arms intersect in the center. Okay, so there's nut certs in there. Interesting frame. Toothpick though, so what size motor mounts? Oh, I see, I see. 12 by 12, okay. 12 by 12 motor mounts, so that's, I'm gonna put in a smaller one, like a 4-inch. All right, yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that one, maybe. I think I like the idea of the pod racer, taking a look at the pod racer over This guy, how much is a pod racer frame? I know you guys can't see my screen. Terrible screen right now. TBS pod racer. Pod racer is actually cheaper. Probably go with the pod racer if I had to pick between the two. 12 by 12 or 9 by 9. So motor mounting, so 47 grams versus 83. Yeah, nah. Gonna go with something like that. Weight is the enemy of flight. Weight is the enemy of flight. Gotta go with something that's light. Yeah, there's no way that thing's gonna survive a crash. Just looking at how thin the arms are, and they're only mounted, looks like one spot and then forked into another. It's gonna snap. But I mean, like Floss 3, this thing could take a heck of a beating. It's definitely heavy. The arms, in my experience, don't really ever. I mean, they break, but they don't typically break. They delaminate, and you'll just be able to twist them around. But I mean, you'll still get a day of flying out of delaminated arms. So, I mean, that's just my experience with that frame. I like the pod racer. We're all just trying to put eyes on the Gallardos. Is that how you pronounce that? How do you pronounce that?
A little bit Mass Effect.
Oh, that was annoying. Didn't mean to do that, guys. We're adults, you don't pronounce it. Best answer ever. We'll go with that. All right. Oh, wow. It's 15 past the hour. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for this Emax Tiny Hawk 2. If you guys haven't gotten on the giveaway, you might be out of time. I have 26 unique individual responses. The Patreon rate has definitely decreased for sure. And I'm going to close it off in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you didn't get in, here is where you get in on my monthly drone giveaways. Patreon. These are the folks that help me out the absolute most with the channel. You don't need to be a patron, because if you had to pay for entry, then that's akin to gambling and it is a violation of the terms of service for Patreon. So the giveaway is free, no purchase necessary. I only advertise it over on Patreon. These guys get notifications, and well, you probably don't. So if you want to get in on the giveaways, I have Patreon tiers as low as $2. If I have saved you time, money, effort, or you just happen to enjoy me doing this, head over to Patreon, become a patron. I would greatly appreciate it. I also have a patron-only rooms in my Discord where we leave, the randos out of it. All right, so let's go ahead and how do I want to do this? Go ahead and bring that over here, and let's go ahead and throw up some race footage. Doing computer stuff, don't mind me. Versus. All right, let's go ahead and throw up some. There we go. This is some Tiny Hawk, or some 533 Tiny Trainer footage. While you're watching that, I'll go ahead and set up the giveaway wheel. Please enjoy. Somebody pick a number between 30 and 60. Dauntless, have a good one. Camera tilt's usually about 45 degrees. 42 it is, thank you.
I kind of think I should have been.
Oh yeah, that's the downside of the the 533 Tiny Trainer is it does not crash flip very well at all. And I think this is one of my failed attempts at trying to get somewhere on the leaderboard. I was getting really nervous and just start making massive mistakes. When in doubt, power out, man. Do we have the flip stick on the Tiny Trainer? I did, then it broke off. And even with the flip stick, it doesn't stick it up high enough for you to do anything on this. The grass is kind of tall here and wet, so it just kind of sunk in. Look at the guy behind me. He crashed, or he's going to crash. And then I have a chance, and I really kind of just screw it up. Still a ton of fun though. And I'm making excuses, but literally I have 45 seconds of flying this thing prior to racing it. Don't know the rates. Tune's terrible. Doesn't make a difference in the end, honestly. Just trying to save the quad. I don't want to break everything. Just kind of having fun. Oh, I get it. 42 because of, yeah, the thing. Yeah, okay, I got it. I'm a dork. That is the USS Drum in the background. It's a submarine. If you guys haven't noticed that. Oh, they are selling a 4-inch.
How big? Is that big or what? Is it big or what?
All right. Just a side note, my daughter just brought me this. Look how big this thing is. Like, this can't be natural. All right, go, enjoy.
Yay.
Yeah, go away. Bye. Just being a dork. Yeah, the Tiny Trainers, they got a 4-inch. They've got a HD one. It doesn't have the cool polycarbonate pod on it, but still has it. Yeah, the race was a ton of fun. I really enjoy doing it. I wish I was better, but I don't know. I just can't get over that race anxiety. Just need to genetically modified for sure. If USPS would kindly remove their heads from their arses, I would build one today. Yeah, USPS has been really bad since about late October, early November, I've noticed that their performance has really dropped. The mighty butt-shaped strawberry. All right, let's go ahead and let's spin this wheel. What's this thing at? It is. There we go. All right. All right. Thank you to everyone who has entered the giveaway. Thank you to all the Patreons that make this possible. All the people who aren't patrons that are in on this. Well, I mean, I guess thank you too. All right, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good luck. It's kind of trippy watching the thing in the middle go around. Go away. Oh, is it going to be a death click? No, sir. John, congratulations. You are the winner of the Emacs Tiny Hawk, or the Tiny Hawk race? Yeah, that's it. The Tiny Hawk race. Congratulations. You are the winner. I will send you an email. I know I have your information saved because that is not the first time you've won. But congratulations either way. I really hope you enjoy this thing. I have an absolute blast flying it. I'll send you 2 batteries with it because according to USPS regulations, if I can install the batteries in the device, then I don't need to have special shipping. Yeah, it starts. I got your address. Man, I think between you and John Larson, you are the 2 most winningest people out of my giveaways. It is amazing. Congratulations, John, once again. Couldn't happen to a better person. Well, probably could have, but it didn't. So anyways, we'll get that, I'll get that sent out to you. All right. So anyways, as far as like fixing this quad goes, man, I need to figure out what's up with it. I'm hoping it's just a broken wire. Tillman has posted a link. Let's see what we got here. That didn't work at all. Oh yes, this is the new AIO that TBS just announced. It's made in collaboration with Z's, which they're a newer manufacturer, but they've been doing some pretty good stuff. They've been doing custom boards for Kebab at FPV Cycle. Integrates the Crossfire or the Tracer and the Unify Pro 32 Nano into it quite nicely. Makes for a very short little stack. I am curious what the target is for that flight controller, because if it's a Maytech or a Mamba, that would definitely put it as a #1 in my book. I don't know what the target is. If anybody out there knows what the target is, please let me know. It's a BL Heli 32. That is awesome. 30 amp continuous. Makes for a great ESC. I don't see. Supports beta flight and emu flight. Well, that doesn't tell me how much. Yeah, curious what the target is for that. Well, they're all STM32 F411, aren't they? Kind of. Is this STM32? No, target is STM42. All right, well, you're right. It's in huge bold letters. I don't know how I didn't see it. Mike Bergman, I have a trick for direct pinning RXs and VTXs where you can easily remove them whenever you like. All right, what's your trick? I'm curious. I'll go ahead and try getting this this stack apart here. I really hope it's just something simple like a wire, because I hover checked this thing in the living room before I left, and now it doesn't work, just kind of out of random. I've had the same issue where the flight controller doesn't boot up if you're pulling too many amps out of the onboard back. I thought I got rid of this stupid ass song. Where is this one? Nope. Remove. There we go. Fixed. My bad. Really like to get this one flying again. This has an iFlight Sussex F7 micro stack in it. Yeah, I made note of it on another live stream that I absolutely hated that song. I don't know how I ended up in that one, but apparently I didn't remove it. Need a socket. Okay. So Mike Bergman, what's your trick there? I'm kind of curious, because that is a pretty difficult task, removing pinned things like that. I've desoldered them in the past, and it's a real hassle. I've done other things to remove them, like just clipping them, or I've even taken a like a jeweler saw and cut the pins. It then becomes fairly easy to remove them after that. I know that's takes twice this gauge wire, strips insulation off, twist the wire. Oh. Well, yeah, that's freaking brilliant. I shall do that from now on. That's a great idea. I like that, Mike. Thank you for sharing. And then just snip the wire. Yeah, because that's what I've been doing to remove these. That's the easiest way I've been doing it to remove, is just cutting them off. But the way cutters work is they have to force material to go up or down, and I have actually cracked boards doing that. That's why I've been using like a jeweler saw, or I've even used a Dremel to just snip through them just really carefully. But that's a really good idea. I'm definitely gonna do that from now on. Is 700 grams for a freestyle quad okay? It's not ideal, but it's certainly acceptable. It really depends on what kind of props and what motors you're flying as well. Is that without a GoPro or with a GoPro? Yeah, if it's all weight, that's not bad. Obviously, lighter's better. Sorry, I'm just eyeballing this stack here, trying to see if I can see any obvious issues with it. Oh, where's my jeweler's loop at? I'll be right back. Let's see. Spudnik. I like that name. What external mic would you recommend for FPV commentary from a GoPro Hero 7 chest cam? What microphone? Really, any... Did I just break this thing? Oh, come on. I think I just broke my jeweler's loop. Crap. Yeah, I just broke it. Dang it. No, maybe not. It's just weird now. Sorry, squirrel. What external mic would you recommend for a FPV commentary from a GoPro Hero 7 chest cam? Really, any cheap lavalier mic is going to be way better than the built-in microphone, but you're going to need to use a external microphone adapter. It looks something like this, with a USB-C port on the side of it. Yeah, you got to interface it with one of these. There's other ones. This is the genuine GoPro one. It'll charge at the same time, which is kind of nice depending on what kind of shooting you're doing. They make cheaper ones. Some have compatibility issues, some don't. I know this one works for a fact. If you want a wireless solution, the Comica Boom XD is a really, really good, affordable wireless lavalier words. It is a very good wireless lavalier microphone option. It's comparable to the Rode Go, I think that's what it is. It's just cheaper, and it has some things I like better about it. Let's see, both my DJI builds, I'm getting death rolls going full stick roll. What may cause this? It's probably a bad ESC or a bad motor. Typically it's the ESC that's going bad. If you have black box it, you'll see one motor will go full power. That's typically the bad motor, because the gyro versus the RC command isn't seeing the rotation that it wants when that motor dies, so it just goes full blast. So you'll be able to pick out which motor it is. It's typically what it is. That's where I would start. Swap some motors around, see if it's going to want a death roll the same way every time. If it's one motor, swap some motors around, see if it goes to a different side. If you don't have black box, swap motors and ESCs, and it's still getting it, and you're getting death rolls. What? Do you hear boot up sounds after it does the death roll? Like, do you hear the doot doot, or does it completely reboot? Do you lose video? I'm curious. No GoPro and your 800 gram or your 700 grams. That's heavy. It's still completely acceptable. Motor 3 every time. New ESC. and new motors, and it's still dropping the same arm every time. That doesn't make any sense. That should have cleared it up. That's only on full stick. Maybe try lowering your rates. Sometimes if you're way too fast, it'll freak out. Look for hardware issues like a delammed arm causing like excessive PID loop noise, broken stack mount screws, something like that. Take a look at that kind of stuff. Yeah, try dropping them back down. I don't know what your rates are, but it could at least help try to diagnose this. Have you messed with your filters? Are your filters set at stock? I'm assuming you have Betaflight 4.2 on there. Disable ESC telemetry. See if that helps. Sorry. Looking for some shit stains on here. Everything looks good visually. Everything looks fine. Yeah, definitely do a reflash of everything just to see if there's like a firmware issue, but that's typically a hardware type of limitation. I'm assuming you're on 6S. Lesson, what motors did you get on your Mobula 6? If it's desyncs, make sure you get in your ESC firmware. Make sure you're at 24 kilohertz PWM frequency, and your timing is at auto. If it's already at auto, try going to 16 degrees. What size motors are you running on this thing, Eric Allen? Private Island, welcome. How are you doing today? $23.06.5 flow motors. Oh, I got a set of those. Private Island, I'm late as always. Sorry, buddy. But welcome. Glad you're here. I'll probably be jumping off here in about maybe 15 minutes because I'm sure there's another well-known live streamer that's gonna go live. And I know when to get out of the way. I'm doing great today. Race day was yesterday. Had a ton of fun racing. Got to see a lot of my friends that I haven't seen in quite a while. It was great. I sucked, but that's all right. I'm fine with that. You got to troll JB stream, yeah. Don't we all? And what I'm doing now is I'm just inspecting the pin or the connector between the ESC and the flight controller, just to see if there's any issues with that, like maybe a broken wire or something. Oh, this is annoying. Plug this mess back in, see if it powers up after fondling it for a little while. It shouldn't, but you never know. Smoke stopper? Always use my smoke stopper. Just in case there's a smoke show, you guys can see it yourselves. I have fixed it. Oh, listen, you got the 19,000 kV motors. If you think that's fun, the 25,000 is an absolute just riot, especially flying outside, doing like really stupid proximity flying, like around my dog. Like I'll have her just go run around the backyard and I'll just fly around her, doing like split S's around her. And it has the power and the weight to do it. And it's awesome. Okay, so the mic's not picking them up. Yeah, it's fixed now. I guess it just needed a little more attention. I have no idea. I'm assuming it's probably a broken wire between the ESC and the flight controller, or maybe two wires are shorting out against each other, and the internal protection is actually keeping the 5-volt regulator from frying, which is the nice thing about the modern flight controllers is some of the really expensive ones, or the more expensive ones, have that in them instead of just cooking themselves. So honestly, I don't know what I did to fix it. I'll probably go through and just replace some of the wires, kind of clean it up, but we'll get that one going again. That song was called... It was called Notes by Dylan Sitz. S-I-T-T-S. Dial On. Or is it the song that's playing right now? The song that's playing right now is Park In by Dylan Sitz. Park, I-N-N, Dylan Sitz. Either way. And again, if you want a copy of it, just hit me up over on the Discordian. So, it's working. I have no idea what I did, but it's working. Yeah, I mean, this has had lots and lots and lots of packs through it, lots of races, lots of crashes. It could probably use to be gone through and have some solder points touched up. So I'll definitely do that. There is one wire here that has a little bit of a kink to it that's a little suspect between the flight controller and the ESC. Oh, you know what? I don't have the camera plugged in. Maybe the camera's dead. If the camera's got a dead short in it, it will probably do that. Let's try it again. Sorry, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this. You probably won't. Keep the parts from touching the carbon. Watch, this is how I kill it. All right. We good? Yeah, it must just be a broken wire. Let's see. Mike Bergman, I'm building a Tomo Quads Katana 4-inch. It's an X8 octo configuration. That'd be really cool. There was a guy in my Discord that built up it looked like a 3-inch hex. It was a really neat looking little quad. A lot of meticulous soldering, especially with the individual ESCs. Does anyone have an 85mm whoop? Try the new Gem Fan ducted 51mm whoop. I like it so far. I've got a Beta FEV 85X. Pretty nice. Flies really well. Brandon Bentley says, I've never raced quads. I only know 2 other quad friends. Yeah, racing takes quite a few people to get together, but I mean, you can go race on your own, build your own track, go race with your buddies. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun. Mid-airs kind of suck, but they're still fun. Dallas, yeah, racing doesn't look fun to me. I'm very particular about what hobbies I make competitive. It doesn't have to be competitive, but it does eventually become competitive. I enjoy it. Mike Bergman, I'm also building a 2-inch hex, 3-inch hex, Flywoo 4-inch hex. I do weirdo builds. That's cool. I like hexes. I've never had one, but I kind of like the idea of it. Tillman, that is entirely not true. You could certainly have a mid-air when you're in last place. It happens to me all the time. You get lapped. Someone's going to run into you. All right, folks. Well, this has been a fun day of chatting, and I'm happy that this thing's not fried, which that's a win in my book. At least the quad's not fried. So I'm gonna rebuild that one. Just clean up all the solder joints, replace the one wire in here that looks a little kinked. Try to fix that up. Hopefully fix this situation here next week. Get the better camera in there so you guys can actually see what's going on. This is with a webcam, which is fine, except for every time you restart your computer, all the settings change on it. The white balance gets messed up, the autofocus gets messed up, but we'll get that fixed. And if any of you guys are in the area, Louisiana, southern Alabama area, Mississippi, you want to come out and race, Delta 5 Race Group, find us on Facebook or through MultiGP. We race every second Saturday of the month. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race footage. I know I enjoyed racing. It's always a lot of fun. And if you guys want to try designing a track or have a track design that you already have that you would like to see us fly, go ahead and hit me up. tweetfb@gmail.com. tweetfb.com to get on the Discord. All the affiliate links are down there. If you click those, that would greatly appreciate me. And if you want to become a super supporter, go ahead and check out Patreon up there. Right now, can't mid-air or get blasted out of the air or kicked out of the spots because others have been there previously. These are the benefits of flying alone. Yep, I 100% agree. But you can get shanked flying alone. And technically, you need a second person to fly with you, according to FAA regulations, if you're in the U.S. So keep that in mind. And there are so many cool builds out there, and I don't have enough money or time to do them all, but I would love to. I do have, hang on a second. I do have this frame that I've been meaning to build. Where the heck did it go? Where'd it go? No, not that one. There it is. Sorry, I got a stack of boxes. This frame is one that I've been meaning to build for a very long time. This is the Korea Talon V2. It's an all-injection molded frame. It's clearly a race frame. I've been meaning to build this thing up. I just never got around to it. I now have some spare electronics and motors. I was going to do a super chat giveaway to give away the electronics and the motors, but I think I might build it up into this. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just give the frame away. What do you think? Yes, this is the one that JB sent into a park bench at full tilt. It's a really neat frame. The pod is pretty interesting for it. I think it's cool. And if you guys haven't noticed watching my channel or what I fly, I like oddball frames, preferably ones with 4 motors. I like oddball stuff. Like the Emax Tiny Trainer is a very unique frame. The Pyro Cube, very unique. This thing. Even my own frame that I've designed, I like that as well. I don't know what to do with it. What do you guys think? My wife absolutely loves getting dragged out to watch me stare into my goggles and not say a word. Love it. My wife absolutely hates this hobby and can't stand me doing it. But I don't care. The observer rule is kind of dumb. Most of the times I fly with an observer, but they tend not to pay enough attention to be useful. Yeah, I agree. If anything, I just want someone there to make sure someone doesn't walk up and shank me. But I guess it kind of depends on where you're flying to. Build it. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably build it. I've got a lot of builds going right now. I've got a lot of builds that I've done that I haven't done anything with. I've got my from before the new year. I have the F7 budget build from Banggood, which is done. I just haven't done anything with it. I've got the 3-inch build from the FPV crate sub 250 crate. I've got my glide frame, which I haven't even hovered yet. Too much time, not enough or too many quads, not enough time, typically. The weather's been absolute garbage this last couple weeks though, so hopefully we'll be able to get out and do some more flying, testing, tuning. I do plan on giving both of those quads away at some point. The 7-inch or the 5-inch F7 build, I was going to try to teach myself how to fly 3D on that, and I'll take you guys along with that journey, but time again. The 3-inch QAV S frame, that's done. It's sub 250. It works great. The frame, the arms are a little suspect. Aaron Ciati, if you don't know who he is, check him out on YouTube. Was gracious enough to send me his frame arms because I still can't find them for sale anywhere. And I got that one back up. Again, weather has been garbage. Haven't had a chance to fly it or tune it or do anything with it, to be honest. Mike Berman, on the subject of getting shanked while flying, I still want to build a custom in-goggle camera that can do picture-in-picture like those old goggles I had, a little camera. That'd be kind of cool. I know Sky Zone goggles had a little cyborg or Cyclops camera in the middle of them for a while there. My daughter has decided to show off the puppies. Yeah, the Sky Zones could do one or the other, but not both. All right, all right, all right. There we go.
And then you can do it.
Yeah, Lucy, she's a Chiweenie. She's just a big old sweetie, even though I have a dog named Sweetie. All right, here, go play.
I'm done with this room.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah, I love the dogs. So that one, Sweetie. This one's Sweetie. She's a Feist, I think. She's like your stereotypical Southern Alabama trailer park dog. Lucy, and then over there I've got a pit that we rescued. Mary, she's just the dumbest, happiest, sweetest dog I've ever had. Scared of everything, but just dumber than a box of rocks.
Okay, like a pile of rock. That's it. There's it.
Yeah, my little 7-year-old, she absolutely loves the dogs. We've done a lot of dog rescue work with Third Coast here in Alabama, Mobile, Alabama. We've probably had 30 foster dogs. Very few of them I actually really miss. One of them I missed that went to a friend down the road, so I could see it all the time. And then Mary was a foster fail, which I don't think my wife really tried very hard.
Mom took her in.
Yeah, she took her in. Didn't really try very hard to get rid of her, I don't think.
But we're happy with her. We're happy we have her. Right, Daddy? We're happy we have her.
What?
We're happy we have her.
Yeah, we're happy we have her.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry, man. Rob Logan, I must have missed what you said. Sorry, man. I missed your message here. I'm trying to set up RSIs through aux channel. How do I do this? It's really hard to explain on the live stream, but basically you have to take, you have to make sure you're getting RSSI as one of your telemetry sensors, which you should get with just about any receiver. You should get RX voltage and RSSI. In one of your inputs, you make RSSI, and then your output for aux for what? Yeah, it's almost done. I'll get it off you in a minute.
Oh, I want to get off.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
In in your output channel, output channel 8, you're going to use your RSSI as your input. Scale it up 200% and offset 100%, and then that should show up as aux 4 in Betaflight. And then in Betaflight, you select aux 4.
Is it done?
What?
Is it done?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that.
All right. With something like an XM Plus, it transmits on aux channel. If you have a current version of the firmware on it, the older ones didn't do that. Brandon Bentley, you'll need to make sure you have one that says, it'll be like FCC, RSSI 8, RSSI 16, and that's the channel it'll output on. No, Brandon Bentley, that is through the integrated telemetry, regardless of what receiver you have. You should get RSSI and, well, maybe not on the XM or the XM Plus, but most of them, without setting up telemetry or SmartPort, you'll still get RSSI. And Rob Logan, if you need a little bit more help with it, go ahead and hit me up on the Discord. I'll walk you through it. JB's on right now. Jumper R1. I actually just got a Jumper R1. I haven't messed with it yet. I'm kind of curious how well that works out. XM Plus does still receive RSSI back to the receiver. It's not telemetry because it's not, let's see, how do I explain this? It's not like your typical SmartPort telemetry, but it does receive, I'm pretty sure it still receives RSSI as a sensor. And if it doesn't, then you have to do the RSSI 8 or RSSI 16 firmware to it. Dion B, yes, you missed it. Tillman, if you're already an FR Scar family, skip the XM or the XM Plus and go Archer instead. That's only if you have an access radio. Yeah, Brandon Bentley, it should be on a aux channel either. I think if it does come with that firmware, it's on aux 4, so channel 8 as default, which then also means you can't assign a switch or anything to channel 8 or aux 4 in your radio. What's up, honey?
Is this how it's supposed to look?
Almost. So we were watching RC Life on, and he had a 3D printed 3D printed rubber band launched airplane on there, and went ahead and printed her out one of them. That doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. That doesn't look right.
Let me.
No, it doesn't look right. No, I think it's like this. There you go, like that, and then you put the thing on the tail there. There you go. Here, take it. Channel 12 aux 8. Channel 12 or aux 8, same thing. X-Lite Pro, yeah, the Archer receivers are great receivers if you're wanting to stick with a FR Sky receiver. The Archer M Plus is a good small receiver, but if you have the space for 2 antennas, the Archer RS is the one to go with, in my opinion. All right, guys. Well, since JB's on, I'm going to get out of here. My numbers are dropping off at an alarming rate. Not really surprised. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for supporting me in what I do. If you want to support me, head over to tweetfv.com, click the links, click the affiliate links in the bottom there. That gives me a small cut and helps me out a ton. Become a patron. Or if you just want to chat and need some help with your setup, then head over to Discord. Say goodbye to Lucy, say goodbye to my daughter, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for coming out, guys. I'll see you around. Or if you have video ideas, let me know. I'm always looking for new ideas. See you guys. Bye.